Welcome to Advertising Champions, your go-to resource for insights into the dynamic world of advertising. I'm your host, Tony Stanol, and today we're visiting with Patrick Stasolla, who is the managing partner of Allied Media. Welcome, Patrick.
Hey, good morning, Tony. Nice to speak with you again. It's been a little while.
It has. Now, you've got an illustrious past working on the client side and the agency side. Media maven is, you look up the word media maven in the dictionary, if there are dictionaries these days, and your picture pops up. So tell us a little about your journey to where you are today.
You know, my journey is a long one. It started with my dad. My dad owned an ad agency in the 60s and 70s. He was a creative director, and it was a nice little creative shop. He guided me towards the advertising world. In the early 80s, I joined Wells Rich Green, which was at the time led by Mary Wells, who recently passed, who's a legend.
Right.
And I've been very fortunate to work on some fantastic businesses over the course of my career. The early I Love New York account, Procter & Gamble, the craft businesses. I worked at Wyeth for 11 years, which had some fantastic businesses. And more recently, I've started my own media practice, and we are on the channel in Nature. And for the last few years, we bring big agency thinking and resources to smaller to mid-cap companies and brands. And our practice is populated by a group of very senior people that have tremendous experience, and we lend that to every client, large and small. So we're excited about the new media world. It's ever evolving and changing. So
right.
That's kind of where I am right.
I'm a student of the advertising industry, and I like to kind of, see trends and, what's emerging on various sectors of the industry. What are you seeing out there in terms of, multi-channel or, various platforms for media?
Yeah, well, I do try and think of myself as a student of this science and art, because it is truly a science and an art that's come together. The speed at which the industry evolves is almost alarming, and it's what I see is fragmentation, and that fragmentation is exciting because there's lots of different opportunities for both consumers and marketers, but it's also scary because as practitioners, we want to make sure that we're providing our clients with our best thinking and the most value for their dollar spent. So measurement is an enormous opportunity to grow the industry, but it's also a huge challenge for media people and for advertisers / marketers to make sure they're getting that value for the buck. Target audiences are more fragmented than ever because there's so many different opportunities to find content, whether it's entertainment oriented, news oriented, or just infotainment. So advertisers or marketers, they tend to be more skeptical than they've ever been of measurement numbers because they're the advent of fraud and mismeasurement, or just skepticism in general has caused a lot of issues. And frankly, I think consumers are a little confused at times as to where to find their new, the latest program or the best program or their favorite program. People's lives in the last 5 to 10 years has evolved to be as fragmented as the media. So it's not surprising.
Right.
So as an observer, that's what I see, that, the industry needs to really get a hold of the fragmentation and the measurement element. And I think once some of the less profitable platforms kind of weed themselves out, and we as an industry become more tuned to we'll start to see, things settle down a bit.
Got it. Well, I'm afraid our time is up. Patrick, I promise it would be a short and sweet conversation. I appreciate your joining us today. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Tony. Bye-bye.
Bye. And thank you for tuning into this episode of Advertising Champions. For further information, be sure to visit dailynewsnetwork.com. Stay inspired.
We've been around for 16 years, working with clients, with thousands of clients. We're working with agencies to be able to scale them and grow them and provide them services that would cost them way more than it would for them to do it themselves. Anything oriented around lead generation, video creation, web design, we're full service, so we can really serve most people.